We will have our first match coming up in a couple of minutes. Steel Army versus EC Eternal. Just waiting for both teams to join. Now, whilst we wait for everything to settle down, just want to do a quick preview of this matchup. Steel Army, the same as ever. They've historically been known as the gatekeepers of SGL. No matter where they've been, they would either gatekeep teams from the Premier, or within the Premier, they would make sure that the teams that are fighting to be at the top have, they always have to prove themselves against Steel Army. No game against Steel Army would necessarily be easy. They'd always make it tough. Toad recognizing the new logo from EC Eternal, absolutely, and I love that little addition right there of the Octane and the soccer ball. Really nice touch. And on that note, they also have pretty much a brand new team. We will be seeing a lot of debutantes for EC Eternal tonight. Of course, we do have a couple of well-known returning names, but for the most part, it will be a brand new team. And we are just about ready to go, chat. We will be kicking off very soon. We just need to wait for both teams to join, and then we will get started. As the countdown begins, here we go. Game 1 kicks off between Steel Army and EC Eternal. Good to see you in chat as well, Adefo. As Steel Army kicks off strong, debit off of the right wall corner, and he gets it into the back of the net, courtesy of a Mr. Funk unintended redirect. 1-0 to Steel Army. Not the start you're looking for if you are EC Eternal, but keep in mind they do have a couple of debutantes in here in PhilosophyGirl and Deep Sea, the returning Mr. Funk, rounding out the EC Eternal side. Meanwhile, in Steel Army, you have Debit, Bear Blitz, and Red 4. Yes, the trio of brothers coming together, not doing a good job defensively, as Mr. Funk gets the equalizer, courtesy of PhilosophyGirl's assist. You can see there's a bit of a mix-up at the back there for Steel Army. They're just not ready for that. Wires crossed, no one really going for the ball, and if you're in that situation, someone has to make a challenge. PhilosophyGirl taking advantage of Steel Army's mishap, and Funk getting the equalizer. And if you're EC Eternal, you want that goal as soon as possible. And for it to be 1-1 at this stage after Steel Army scored, honestly, for a team of like EC Eternal with so many new players, this has been really good for them. And now they're pitting back Steel Army for a sec, but Red 4 brings it out to the other end. Deep Sea knocking it to the side. Red 4 and it looks like Bear Blitz double committing? Never mind, that was Debit double committing. Bear Blitz anchoring the goal. Challenging Funk right there. And Debit finally clears it out to Bear Blitz. Touches it right to the midfield. Debit with a shot, never able to get enough of the ball right there. And Red 4 follows up. Big save by EC Eternal, but Bear Blitz comes in at the far post and restores the lead for Steel Army. Great defensive stand right there by EC Eternal, but unfortunately for them, Steel Army are relentless when they get going, and with how long these trio of brothers have played in SGL together, they have the sort of team chemistry that most teams would wish they have at the start of their SGL season. Ooh, Debit bringing it out forward really quickly, trying to force it into the back of the net, but EC Eternal bring it out. Red 4 now trying to clear it, but to no avail. EC Eternal have a ball in a good position. They just need to pass it right to the middle. Shot on net. Debit is at the right place at the right time. Now kicking off a counterattack. Gets one touch over, could not get a bump. He needs to reset his position, and the rest of Steel Army need to contribute. Bear Blitz off the backboard, harassing Funk, but Red 4 got bumped out of the way, and now Debit needs to come in, solo this, bails out for Bear Blitz. And Steel Army are piling up the pressure, but not able to make their chances count. Can EC Eternal make this counterattack work? Funk towards the net, into the middle of the goal, another equalizer. Mr. Funk has put on his goal-scoring boots, and EC Eternal are right in this game 1. The Sergeant Patrol, aka Dr. Aquatics, saying in chat, Steel Army in 3 easy. You sure about that after this performance? EC Eternal have done a great job of keeping it close. It's 2-2 right now as we just get past halftime into the second half of this game 1. Steel Army are getting challenged right in their own half. They're not getting any time to settle. Red 4, sorry, trying to get a dribble going, but fails to get a nice close touch. Still able to bring it out though. Debit with a bump. PhilosophyGirl trying to bring it out. Shot on net by Bear. Deep Sea with a nice clearance. Ooh, but Debit was unable to get the first touch. He invites Deep Sea out. And now Funk into the middle. Cannot really get the ball again. PhilosophyGirl with 0 in the tank. Still able to do enough to throw out Steel Army's mojo. And now Steel Army just looking a little disheveled, some might say. Blitz, gets away with that loose touch. Mr. Funk gives it to Debit. Debit, Bear going for the demo. Debit into the middle. Red 4 needs to follow this up. Touches it onto the left side. Past the corner to no avail. Now Bear Blitz gets the final touch. Tries to redirect it into the net, but Mr. Funk was right there to shield the near post. Deep Sea into the other end. I thought he had an open net. I'm surprised he took it away right there. But I guess he saw the Steel Army defenders come back. Deep Sea with a second chance. Great pass by Funk. And Steel Army get away with it with 1 minute remaining. Now, you might think 1 minute can go by real quick. Not necessarily, especially when you're defending like Steel Army are. Ball hanging right in front of the net. Blitz able to bring it out to Debit. Debit off the backboard. Blitz misses. Where's Debit? He has to go for a demo. And Red 4 does do enough. But Bear Blitz is right there to recycle the ball. And the pressure sustains. 30 seconds remaining. Demo. Bear Blitz misses. And Funk clears it off the near post. EC Eternal are riding their luck and they get away with it. Steel Army though, they will rue their moment right there. They should have had the winner, but they missed. And now we enter the final 10 seconds as the ball gets boomed into the blue end. EC Eternal have a chance to work out a final opportunity. Deep Sea going for a 50, misses. Funk trying to challenge. PhilosophyGirl intervenes, gets the clutch save, and in game 1 of the SGL Championship in season 10, we are going into overtime. To start SGL, by the way, I mean, Steel Army, second place in the league and the cup, looking really strong last season, are now in an overtime against a brand new EC Eternal team. Mr. Funk, the only returning player. Deep Sea trying to come in for the game winner. And now PhilosophyGirl follows up. For a team with so many new players starting their first game ever in SGL, they have looked absolutely incredible against a seasoned Steel Army team right here. Let's get in the 100 boost. Deep Sea trying to get the first touch, but he gives it to Bear. Bear, solo effort, tries to go for a challenge, but Mr. Funk redirects it away. Debit now, big lofted redirect off the corner, and now Red 4 has to get a touch, fails, but Bear Blitz takes charge. Bear Blitz lets it go, ball loose in the middle. Deep Sea with a nice touch to get it away. And one thing I like about EC Eternal right here, they have been patient where they needed to be. They have not overcommitted, they have stayed in their shape, and they have forced Steel Army to create something out of nothing instead of punishing them. And in this moment, they could have had a good opportunity, but Deep Sea maintains his composure. 1v1 right there from Funk, and even he could not get past Bear Blitz, who has been incredible at the back ever since the start. Toad, I fully agree. Steel Army did indeed have a couple of chances to bury this. They should have. They didn't take their chances. But let's credit EC Eternal's defending as well. Look at how well they're holding on right now. I mean, these are some decent touches right here from Steel Army in the orange half, but they're just not able to make it count because of the good defensive rotations from this team right now. Look at the boost totals too. They're able to come up and counter. Steel Army need to get ready to get back into position. And oh my goodness, Deep Sea had the chance to get the game winner, but he gets it off the backboard. Red 4 at the other end, and he misses as well. If you're Steel Army, you have to make your chances count because you don't know how long it'll last for. PhilosophyGirl on the line. Devin doesn't know. PhilosophyGirl did not get it in. just in time and saves Steel Army from losing their first game in SGL Season 10. It's not over yet, though. Mr. Funk going for the bump. For Debit double committing. Deep C off the corner, but this should be enough for Bear Blitz to see it out. PhilosophyGirl, I like that from her. She's just not able to get the solid touch, though, off the corner. Debit with a 50! Debit! Game! Set! For SGL Season 10 Game 1. To be fair, Steel Army had their chances. It's no surprise that they got the winner in the end. What is a surprise is they couldn't make it finish up. They couldn't make it count sooner. Sorry. But you know what? What matters is they were able to get the job done. Good enough for now, but they have to regroup and get themselves going in Game 2 because this EC Eternal side has been phenomenal so far. Now, one thing about this EC Eternal side, they're not a small team. They're not like a team of 3 or 4 who will consistently field a 3. They are very likely to rotate, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them rotate and switch it up here. Forgive me, I just need to rest my voice for a sec, because that was a freaking exciting game. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I thought Steel Army were gonna come out guns a-blazing and decimate EC Eternal. Just my brutal, honest opinion right there. But EC Eternal have legit impressed me. However, Game 2s are always a big test for a new team. Steel Army are now in their rhythm. They've got themselves going. They got that monkey off their back after a tough Game 1. They can easily just get going. It is up to EC Eternal to stay strong, not concede an early goal. As we go into Game 2, here we go. Game 2 kicking off in Forbidden Temple. And Steel Army once again with a super fast start, a great kickoff all the way to the right corner. Funk getting dunked by Bear. Debit coming out super hot. Finishing that into the far corner as the black painted rockets come out and signal a first goal for Steel Army in this game too. And chat, you might be noticing a brand new name for EC Eternal. A defo is coming for PhilosophyGirl, another debutante into SGL this season. Funk staying in and being the anchor for this team. Ooh, a whiff right there, but EC Eternal kind of get away with it. Red 4 out to Bear. Bear trying to get it off the backboard, but the ball just rides the corner. Settles well for EC Eternal. But Steel Army are keeping up the pressure. Debit with a strong 50 and Funk gets it out of the way. Uh-oh. Little messy right there for a defo. Still needs to settle into this game. Steel Army, though, piling up the pressure. Really getting into their rhythm now. Pass out into the midfield. Bear not really able to get a solid touch. Debit just figuring out where he needs to go next. Giving time to a defo, but a defo's just not able to do much right there. And now Deep Sea, solo playing, cannot get the dunk. Bear Blitz though does, into the midfield right, beats one, ball going towards the back, what a save, off of both posts, another ball off of the post, and Red 4's not able to flick it in, Debit misses, Bear trying to keep up the pressure, EC Eternal need to get this out because it's not over yet, ball into the middle, Red 4 with a big miss, open net at his mercy, EC Eternal get away with it. It is still 1-0. Oh my goodness, and just like that, Steel Army are back as well. They're not giving any time for EC Eternal to rest. Ball off the backboard, no one able to follow up. Bear Blitz dropping down finally with 0 boost. Deep Sea shot into the net. Damn it, with a huge save. Whilst Mr. Funk was breathing down his neck. EC Eternal were so close. But Steel Army were able to get away with it courtesy of some great defending by Debit. Uh-oh, what's going on with Bear right there? He just let go of his controller for a second by the looks of it. Steel Army, though, kind of getting away with it. Oh my goodness, Debit! Got faked! And Deep Sea gets the equalizer! It looked like Debit was expecting a touch right there from Funk, who fakes Debit suddenly having to turn around and challenge Deepsy, and Deepsy getting the ball into the back of the net. Some good comms right there from EC Eternal. That's not a good moment though. Whip from Deepsy on the backboard, and Red 4 gets his goal in SGL Season 10. 2-1 to Steel Army. Gonna say hi to a few more people in chat right now. Good to see you here, Birdnana, Bispo, and Serrano. Good to see you as well. Oh my goodness, that ball did not go in? Wait, what? Wait. That ball rolled right up, and it was supposed to go in, but the crossbar helped keep it out. Oh my goodness, how does that happen? EC Eternal must be annoyed at the game right now. Terrible game. This game sucks. And you know what? A lot of players might feel that way. But EC Eternal are so close. They are absolutely testing the Steel Army team. They're just getting outpaced right now in this game too for the most part. Open net at Steel Army's mercy. Bearblit's gonna go for a redirect. No one even back to get a little bumps. Devin was right there just to cover. Steel Army are 3-1 up already. Hey, Christmas, good to see you as well, my man. How you doing? Okay then. I think Steel Army have finally got some breathing room. They're finally able to just relax and get going. EC Eternal though, after an incredible game 1, they're kind of getting caught out in this game 2. Game 2s are always tough. They're having to deal with a lot of difficulty right now as Steel Army up the pace. Fortunately for them, not too many bumps and demos from Steel Army because they are known to get into that. But Bear Blitz now trying to solo. Trying to get a second. Doesn't even get a bounce off the backboard. A save was required by Funk, and he does get it out, but barely. Now off the corner. Bear Blitz going for the redirect off the corner. Deep Sea coming in with 0 boost. Good save. Debit lofting it towards the back of the net. Bear Blitz going for a bump. Misses. Debit again. And it's not enough that Mr. Funk could do right there. He was at the right place, but just not able to get a solid enough contact away from the net. I'm sorry, I said Mr. Funk. Adifo, my bad. Adifo was right there trying to get in at the last second, just not able to get a solid enough contact to get it out of the net. Ball into the top corner. 4-1 to Steel Army with less than a minute to go. Oh my goodness, Devin going for a double, but he redirects the ball to the left flank towards Bear Blitz, who now retreats as Red 4 comes in to take over. Nice 50 right there. Gets a bit of an unnecessary touch, but Bear Blitz comes in out of nowhere and makes it 5-1 to Steel Army. Oh man, this EC Eternal side's getting boost starved. They're getting stuck in their own goal. They're not able to get out and really, get a presence on the ball. Awkward kickoff right there from Deep Sea. I think he tried to attempt to fake. Just didn't work out so well because now they're pinned back yet again. Devin lofting it into the middle. Bear Blitz trying to touch it right down in front of the net. And now Deep Sea can bring it up. Can he get the side boost? No, he cannot. He is working with 0 boost. Gets a really good 50. Gets another good 50 right there towards Funk, who has to go back because he's not ready for it. Bear Blitz trying to go for a finish across the goal. No 6-1 for Steel Army as we enter the final 10 seconds of game 2. Ooh, good play right there from Deep Sea. Wait a minute, was that a ceiling shot attempt from Deep Sea in the championship? Listen, we didn't get to see that too often from most teams, but now we're getting to see it from a brand new player, Deep Sea. Yo, SGL Championship's gonna start getting really hot, isn't it? Gonna start seeing some good plays and good players coming in, eh? But there you go. Game 2 done. Steel Army with an assertive, dominant 5-1 victory over EC Eternal. Chat, how you feeling tonight? How's everyone doing so far? First game back, we had a thrilling Game 1, OT, Steel Army barely getting the winner in overtime. Game 2, Steel Army showing their best. We'll see how Game 3 goes. I think a lot of us are rooting for EC Eternal to get their first win this season. I know I am. I know they could do it. When they get that Game 1 trio back, I'm sure they can pin back the Steel Army side and get a big win. Let's see if we could get to experience that in our first stream tonight. Here we are. Game 3 in DFH Stadium. Both teams are coming in hot. No time to waste. We see the return of PhilosophyGirl with Deep Sea and Mr. Funk. EC Eternal are bringing out the trio that worked out so well in Game 1. Here we go. Steel Army have the chance to sweep. EC Eternal have the potential to get their first win. Which way will it go? Nice work right there from Deep Sea. He's really turning it up mechanically. Oh my goodness, he didn't get to see that before. And PhilosophyGirl comes in and gets the first goal in Game 3. The first lead for EC Eternal this season. A massive dunk on Bear Blitz. What an incredible start this is for EC Eternal. And that's exactly what they needed. I mean, that Game 1 trio of Deep Sea, PhilosophyGirl, and Funk was just spectacular. And now they need to defend. PhilosophyGirl with a nice demo. Red 4 off the sidewall. Trying to bounce it down on the floor. Gets a second touch, but throws Debit off. Red 4's now having to come back as Bear Blitz is on his own. Debit finally gets back as well with his Fennec. Bear Blitz clears it off, but gives it to PhilosophyGirl, who brings it to the other end. Can she get a 50 right there to make it count? Bear Blitz forces it away. Funk keeps up the pressure to Bear Blitz, who brings it out to the left flank, gives it to Deep Sea. Another loose touch. Bear Blitz now takes control. Lost it over one. Funk with a save towards the left, towards Deep Sea. Steel Army keep up the pressure. This is Red 4. Sorry, Bear Blitz a chance to get the equalizer, but he just cannot force it through. And now Debit slows it down. Passes it out to Bear, but that is well read, and the ball is cleared out to the blue half. Ooh, Steel Army are starting to settle in now. Bear over one. Gets the chance to take a shot off the backboard. Debit not able to make it. Deep Sea gets there super quick. And now Philosophy goes towards the net. Red 4 with a clutch save. Deep Sea not able to get a touch. Funk needs to make it count, but Steel Army are able to bring this out. Now Bear Blitz on the right flank, but he gets beaten by Funk. Ball towards the middle. Debit over Funk. Not past Deep Sea though. Ball to the middle. PhilosophyGirl gets her second. EC Eternal get their second. 2-0 to EC Eternal. Meanwhile, you see chat talking about the weather right here. Sunny days, blue skies, according to a Dayfo. Cloudy days, according to Debit. But it's cloudy for Steel Army for sure. And sunny for EC Eternal as they're 2-0 up. Steel Army not able to make their chances count right now. It's not looking good for them so far. EC Eternal are starting to crank it up against this terrific Steel Army side. Oh my goodness, you don't see that every day from Debit. Oh man, that looked a little rough. Just jumping up unnecessarily, not able to get control of his car. Big save by PhilosophyGirl, who has been the MVP in this Game 3 so far. Mr. Funk anchoring, Deep Sea demoing, Debit taking control on the left. Gets the first. Can he get a second? Still has enough boots. Does he have a flip reset? No, he doesn't. The game does not grant him the reset. And now Steel Army need to go back as the ball goes into the back of the net. PhilosophyGirl with her first hat trick in SGL. Steel Army had the sweep right there, but it is EC Eternal making their chances count in this Game 3. 3-0 up. Might they get their first game win in SGL this season? What a Terrific performance from this EC Eternal side. I was giving Deeps huge credit in the first couple of games. Mr. Funk, of course, the ever dependable. Been there, done that in SGL already, but PhilosophyGirl has now started to make herself count and really started to show her worth and quality in SGL this season. Oh, Funk, he had the net open, but PhilosophyGirl takes over and gets her fourth. Have you seen a performance like this from an SGL season debutant this season? Not me, chat. Not me. And I am legit impressed by PhilosophyGirl right here. As Bisbo in chat craves for more. Bays for more goals. Like the Roman crowds in the Colosseum. Baying for more blood. EC Eternal. Smell blood leaking out of Steel Army right now. EC Eternal are not done yet. They want more goals. They want to keep the pressure up. They're not happy to just sit back and see this off as we enter the last 45 seconds. EC Eternal, what a fifth. Deep Sea off the back. Debit now towards the opposite end. Mr. Funk, though, gets in and takes charge immediately. And Steel Army look like a completely different team. They're looking like EC Eternal in game 1 and 2. Just on the back foot, really struggling to assert themselves. Red 4, though, gets a goal back with 21 seconds on the clock remaining. Gets demoed, but what they weren't able to account for is Bear Blitz coming in, getting that assist off the backboard, and now Red 4 gets his goal back for Steel Army. And interesting, we got a creative kickoff right there, but it does not work out. Steel Army trying to get the second quick. They need to get goals fast. They can't allow EC Eternal to waste any more time. Perfect right there from Deep Sea. All that time being wasted. PhilosophyGirl with 0 boost, just not able to get it through. And now you have EC Eternal with their first game win this season in game 1. Incredible. With 3 debutants, chat, they have been able to come up and make their chances count in this game 3. An MVP performance from PhilosophyGirl. Incredible performance by her. And Steel Army now need to take a backseat. They need to reset themselves. They need to figure out what's going on their end. So we are now going to enter game 4 shortly. And we will be going in to Utopia Coliseum. Goodness gracious. I don't know which way this game 4 is going to go now. Because, oh man, Steel Army, they look second bested throughout that game 3. I mean, this was like a brand new EC Eternal team. Just terrific gameplay by all 3 players. Will they be able to make it count in this game 4 in Utopia Coliseum? We will be kicking off very soon, chat. Both sets of players coming in right now. Slowly but surely. And it looks like we have no subs for either side. Of course, Steel Army sticking with this trio throughout. And EC Eternal choosing to stick with what's worked so far. Here we go, game 4. I was going to say it, but I'm not going to say it yet. But what I will say is this. EC Eternal have gotten their first win. They've made a big impression already. Are they going to finally open up and loosen up their gameplay as PhilosophyGirl goes for another big goal? But a save! Not enough though, as Funk comes in with a massive dunk! 1-0 to EC Eternal yet again! Oh my god, what an insane start. EC Eternal kicking us off strong. We might be going far here. Depends, I'm not going to say much more than that. Steel Army though still have a lot of time. Red 4 brings it out. He has his options, but he takes way too long, and PhilosophyGirl now takes over. Bear Blitz intervening. Debit, way too slow. Deep Sea now off the backboard, no second. A demo, and Red 4 brings it out. Red 4 yet again. At least letting the ball go. Debit tried to challenge, but to no avail. This defending from EC Eternal has been phenomenal, by the way. They've been able to get back and get themselves organized very quickly and not really lose out on too much boost either. With the way they play, they're kind of inviting Steel Army up and telling them, hey, come on, try your best to create a good opportunity. See what you can do. And here you go. Steel Army with a chance right there. Debit with a shot off the midfield. Getting out off the post towards Bear Blitz, who was hanging around on the left flank. And he gets in the equalizer. 1-1 in this critical game 4. Deepsy goes up, shot towards the near post. Funk is right there. He doesn't really take over. Now he's trying to challenge, but the break helps Bear Blitz take over. Bear Blitz with a shot. Devin trying to go for a challenge. Deepsy barely gets it out. Another great defensive moment right there from Deepsy, one of the 2 new players. If it's not Deepsy, it's PhilosophyGirl. If it's not PhilosophyGirl, it's Mr. Funk. All 3 EC Eternal players have defended very well, but they couldn't make it count then. Devin gets in. Off a great solo play right there from Bear. Nice touch towards a far post, and Debit just works the ball to that post into the back of the net. Rocket League physics be damned. 2-1 to Steel Army, but there is a lot of time remaining still. We have about 3 minutes to go in this game 4. Palace, good to see you in the chat, my man. Calling for LV. Yes, LV are supposed to kick off around 10:30, but for now we are still in this stream. This match in the stream. As you know, we are going live and strong in game 4 here. We're going to see this out before we jump into the next match between EC Defiance and Los Verdes. Ooh, Red 4 right there. Not able to beat Deepsy. Funk and Deepsy both missing. PhilosophyGirl needs to make this count. Tries to get an early shot, just not enough power to get it past Debit. Debit, all the time in the world to bring it off the wall. Touched it towards the backboard, going for a second. Funk gets it out of the way. Oh, what a pass right there. Oh my goodness. That would have been one of the goals of the season already. But Redford was just not able to get the final touch. And it's still 2-1 to Steel Army. This game can still go either way. A little bit of sloppiness, a little bit of nerves coming in from EC Eternal right there, but they're holding strong when the ball goes towards their back, their end, their net. And now it's Steel Army's turn to defend, but they get all the time in the world to clear this out. All EC Eternal players just stuck in the midfield, not really able to do much with it. PhilosophyGirl and Deeps combine it and finally get the ball out. PhilosophyGirl with enough boost to get it out, but Debit intervenes and takes charge. Red 4 going back. Bear Blitz right in the middle. Now Bear Blitz turn to go back as Red 4 needs to come up and challenge for this ball in the corner. Oh, this ball's in the sweet spot. Both EC Eternal players committing. They're both caught out right now. Bear Blitz trying to finish this up, but Deepsy gets in right on time and prevents a Steel Army third. Not over yet though. Bear Blitz trying to force it past Mr. Funk, but Funk holds strong. Not over yet though. Debit finally gets Steel Army's third goal. And finally, they take a 2-goal lead right here. Could this be game, set, and match with 68 seconds to go? EC Eternal have been incredible tonight. Let's give them all the props. They all deserve it. I mean, Deeps and PhilosophyGirl have been phenomenal. Funk has been incredible as well. But against the Steel Army side, as the match has progressed, Steel Army have been able to hold on strong. They've been able to get themselves regrouped. And in this game 4, they've taken charge for sure. A lot more sloppiness coming out of EC Eternal in this game 4 as the nerves started to probably play a part. And that's when Steel Army started to take over. Final 30 seconds. Still can be anyone's game. The ball is going towards the back of the net, but it's off target. And Red 4 clears it off. Deepsy passes it out to Funk. Funk bouncing it off, up the back, high up. PhilosophyGirl with 0 boost, just lightly touching it away to the back corner. Deepsy takes over, pass to Funk. Funk gets challenged by Red 4, who clears it away. Debit cannot get it out, but the clock is ticking down to the final second. And Steel Army get their first win in SGL this season against an incredible EC Eternal side. Woo! Time to breathe, chat. Time to breathe. That was fun. I don't know about y'all, but I enjoyed watching that match. That was absolutely incredible. GG's to both sides, though. I mean, that was an absolutely phenomenal performance from EC Eternal. I just, cannot get enough of praising them right now. But they do deserve their praises. They've been absolutely insane. But Steel Army have started off their season with a big win against what could have been a potentially big upset